Look at the top corner of my little black bar here. Or look at any calendar. Today is the day. It is here. I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, if it's going to be up tomorrow as well. But just in case it's not, I'm going to do this today. What we're going to do is we're going to play 9 matches. It's 3 for each faction, 3 for each game mode. From a Republic 1v1 all the way to an Empire 3v3. There will be no commentary, just gameplay. So that you can hear the audio for the game. This could very well be the last day you're ever able to play the multiplayer. We could come back and try to finish the campaign because I haven't beaten all the levels yet in World 3 for any of them, although I was getting pretty close with the Empire. But as far as I'm concerned, the main fun of the game is playing the multiplayer mode, and that is about to leave us. Very sad. Alright, let's get into it. that could be it. It will be the last time I get to play the multiplayer. Well, on screen anyway. I'm definitely gonna take the opportunity today to play some of this for the last day. Because what it says is that, yeah, the game servers will go permanently offline. So when they say servers, what I'm thinking about is their online servers. So I think I should still be able to play the campaign mode. Hopefully. If it shuts down the campaign mode, well then that's gonna suck. But if it doesn't shut down the campaign mode, then I'll probably upload one more video marking when I, beat all of these missions and get that achievement. I actually finished most of the milestones. Never beat Obstacle Course 2. You don't really get that many chances to destroy objects in the environment. Well, you do. I just stopped using units that could do that, like the howitzer. So I never really got that far into that one. Never really got as far as I wanted to as far as the level of my units and the cream of the crop and elite tokens and elite statuses and stuff. I was always imagining the day where I had everything maxed out. But getting around halfway there is pretty good to me. Definitely a lot farther than my older account. Never got Air Control 5, which is, maybe if I destroy 200 air units, but no one really uses air units, for real. This is just like, super easy to counter. It just feels weird. That's weird because everything is super easy to counter if you have the right unit. But it just feels like air units are just real easy to get rid of. Then it's the Sharing is Caring series, which, never really had a real alliance. Trademaster 3, also alliance-based. Then you got the Win 500 Games one. Never got to do that. Never got that far. Which means that I don't even have 1,500 wins. I probably have 1,000 if I look at my profile. Oh yeah, I definitely have over 1,000 2v2 wins. But hold on, let me do the math. 50 for 61, 111. 1,217 wins. Yeah. That favorite mini one changes all the time to whatever one's my most frequent one. But to be honest, my favorite unit. That's actually very hard. I have like 2 for each faction. I like the Typhoon and the Avenger for the Republic. As far as the Dominion, okay, that's a lie. I have like more than 2. A laser tank. I love the laser tank. I loved Tempest, even though I stopped using it. I love the drone base. I like this guy. I like this guy for all the factions, to be honest. I also like the Spec Ops. Really like the Spec Ops. This guy is very satisfying to watch him do his work. Very satisfying. I do like the APC. I really like the APC as well. I like the laser guy. The mine guy is pretty cool. I always thought the Ace tank was overpowered. Well, no, the Ace tank, which is in the Republic, and jeez, wait, hold on. There we go. And the command tank. I always thought those were very overpowered, and I always wanted to use them. Never really did though. I like the flamethrower. I love the flamethrower. I just like seeing the flamethrower drain a base's HP. And there's so many things I like about the Empire. It's my favorite faction. So many things. Let's just rattle them off now. First off, I like the names of the Empire. It's like, well, everyone else is kind of like militaristic-esque. Like, the Dominion is straight up militaristic. This is a command tank. This is a heavy tank. Laser tank. They're very, like, direct, straightforward, telling you what it is. Anti-air tank. Dual tech tank. Rocket artillery tank. And the Republic is pretty much the same, just a little bit more creative. Ace tank, Sonic tank, glider, transport. Oh, whoops. Like, sure, they got some creative names, like the Warthog, that's creative. Rocket, siege, turret, tank, transport. You know, they're all pretty straightforward. But I always like the Empire in its naming, because you just name it after animals. You got to name all their vehicles after animals, pretty much. Salamander bike, mammoth tank. Alright, the Zeppelin, yeah, whatever. Can't get everything. Kangaroo truck, dragon tank, alligator truck, rhino tank, Sam I Am, I just like saying that. Stork plane, ram truck, the Cobra tank, fox tank. I hit a bump on the hovering balloon there, guys. Dragon plane. So you have a dragon tank and a dragon plane. Pelican plane. Warhound truck. Cheetah bike. Mongoose truck. Lion tank. Crocodile tank. Giraffe tank. And the chopper. So I just really like the names that they give their guys. Their vehicles. The animal aesthetic. I also like their coloring the most. Their color scheme. I like the black. It's mainly the black, just because of the black. And the yellow is a good complement to it, with the hinges of orange on some units, and a little bit of extra colors on others. Like the little red pants. Although, the red pants on the commander always look a little weird to me. The black and white goes really good. Of course, black and white, duh. You know, sometimes you get a little bit of gray in there. You know. Got his little gray gun, weapon gray, got a little gray armor padding on him. You know, the flamethrower got some gray on him. So I love how they look. And then I just like a lot of their units, dude. Yeah. I like the Zeppelin. I do like the power armor. I like the Empire power armor look more than the Dominion one look. Because for the Dominion look of it, it looked weirder to me. Which is strange because it's more humanoid than this one. So I guess I do kind of like the steampunk aesthetic. Steampunk look, kinda. With the little pipes on the back of it. Love the Dragon Tank. I love all their flamethrower units. The Salamander bike. I love this guy. I really like him. Of course, as I said, satisfying to watch. Love the Zeppelin. I already said I like the APC. Love the power armor. Love the Dragon Tank. Love the Paratroopers. So fun to use. Paratroopers fun to use. I like this guy, even though I never used him in this account, but I used to use him all the time in the last one. I do remember that. I always found snipers annoying, so I hate the sniper. I always thought the tank lady was overpowered. I thought snipers were overpowered. I love the alligator truck. You know, I really like the name of it too. Just alligator truck. Come on, I like it. Sam, never really caught on to it, but it's pretty cool. Of course, I love the regular flamethrower as well, who's somewhere back here. Yeah, back there. Again, the creative names to it. And I always like the infantry. I always like using the infantry more than like anything else. That which you can easily tell because at least 4 slots in every faction is covered with infantry. We got 4 infantry, 4 out of 8 infantry in the Republic. I think we got 5 out of 8 for the Dominion, and then 5 out of 8 for the Empire. And since the Empire has the best infantry, I just gravitated towards them. And plus, the name, Empire. Really gotta like it. I could definitely tell they were going for like a World War I German Empire aesthetic with these guys. With like the eagle on their helmet, the coloring, even the shape of their helmet. It's like anyone who knows what a World War I German helmet looked like, or like, well, I guess it looks more like a World War II one without the little pike on top. I never really got a side view of a World War One though. But it definitely looks like German Empire-ish with the colors and the emblem and stuff. And not to mention, their leader character as a whole. You could always equate, like, the Republic to, like, I don't know, just America, where I live. Just because, it's just the first thing that pops into my head when you see this star on their helmet. Although I never drew a country parallel to the Dominion. They were kind of like that sci-fi thing. With, like, it's kind of funny, because it's like, they have, like, slightly future tech, but not that far ahead to where, the other guys are outmatched. Because the way I see it, I see, like, these guys as slightly into futuristic tech with their look and aesthetic and stuff. Because, I mean, come on. They just look futuristic. Lasers. And, like, just compare the laser troopers for them and the Republic. You got these sleek machines. Power pack on the back looking good. Got a little face visor there. Laser gun looking pretty cool. And then you compare it to the Republic, which I equate to like more modernish tech. Come on. You can't tell me that this looks a lot more prototype laser design. Like a heavy bulky battery. Like just the very beginnings of a facial shield. Freaking charge pack on this thing. Is he even holding that, right? That looks like a weird way to hold it. You think his secondary hand would go further up the barrel of the gun. But yeah, I always thought these guys were like more modern-ish. And then the Empire had more of like a old, slightly less, slightly inferior technology, like World War II, like Cold War era. Come on, you can't tell me this doesn't look steampunk-ish. And they said they stole it from the Dominion, inspired by Dominion designs. Sometimes I do like reading some of their little descriptions. There was one of these descriptions. I'm sorry, I'm like talking a lot right now. I guess I'm making up for like not talking during all those games. I love the stealth bomber description. Don't start praying when you hear the whistle. It's already too late. I love that description. It's very awesome. Some of them got some nice puns to them. I love the laser tank description too. A Dominion engineer had the idea of putting a laser cannon on top of a tank. That guy got a promotion. I like that description as well. But I also like the alligator one. I thought it was kind of funny. Sometimes, like reading this stuff. There's just so much to this that I really liked about it. Well, animations is so cool. They gave each unit a win animation, but I've never seen all of them. I never even used all of these units. So much stuff that I never actually use. Like, what's a unit I never actually used, though? I never used a giraffe tank. I never used this line of tank. I always used the rocket siege one. Because it's better. It's just better. It has more HP and does more damage. So I just use that one instead. The only difference is that this one will target light infantry. And this one has one solid bullet, whereas the other one shoots 4 missiles. Although I think they have the same range for the most part. No, wait. I believe this one has more range. I think I can actually see that. Yeah. Alright, so if I look at this right here, I just found this out like a couple of days ago. Primary attack, range 37 to 43 meters. And then if we go to the Cobra tank, 34 to 40. Yeah, so this one will shoot first, but in a direct 1-to-1, the Cobra tank will win 10 times out of 10. Hovering balloon, pretty cool. I used to use the hovering balloon a lot. I like the Empire version of it better than the Dominion one. Because the Dominion version of the hovering balloon or the bomb balloon, it just looks too blocky to me. Looks a little bit too blocky. Because it's like, it's so perfect as a Zeppelin. So seeing the Dominion one, it just doesn't look right to me. But yeah, so much stuff that I liked about the game. Really wish I had gotten to where I wanted to get, which was max level stuff. It was getting everything to max level, getting in the top 100 on the leaderboard, and 3-starring every single campaign mission. I technically I got top 100 of the leaderboard, but that was only at like the very beginning of the season, so it's not really mission accomplished. It's like halfway mission accomplished. But I will be able to get all 3 stars on the campaign mission, hopefully. Hopefully they don't shut down the campaign mode. Hopefully they come out with like a sequel or something. Because it feels like this game should have a prequel or a sequel. It feels like this game should have a game that canonically comes before this one. Just because of the title, right? You would think that the original one would be called just like Miniguns. And if you look at the campaign kind of just hops you in there. Like with these stones and stuff. Like, let's actually read the first one to the campaign for each of the factions here. No, I'm going on. Like, anything to report? Nothing yet, sir. Republic completely unaware. Excellent. Continue with the activity. There's like a noise that shows up. Roger that. Yeah, you get the little earthquake, then you get a little report. Machines are shut down, must be a counterattack. Look at the location. The power of the weapon is incredible. We must attack. We must attack them. The power of their weapon is awesome. Kill them. And then you can play the campaign mission. Hand over the weapon with no idea what you're talking about. Find it your way. The Dominion will take it by force. And they just plop you into these Omega Stones. Omega Stones thing. And canonically, there's like 3 of them, right? There's like 3 of them. And so you go on this chase for all three. And each one is like a alternate universe type thing. Because obviously in each separate faction you're playing as wins in the end. But in the but some major things that happen all the way is like in the Republic one, General Grover gets hypnotized in like the second world, which is why the third world is commanded by Private Paul. Definitely you get a little guy. And then you get a little cameo from little trucker Tom there. And he gets hypnotized by the Empire. And then you get him back at the end there. And the Dominion spy, he has a spy. There's a spy lady somewhere. One of these missions. There's Scientist Susie. Scientist. Where is she? She has to lead one of these missions. Where did she defect at? She defected in like the third world. But yeah, there's like a Spy Master Sylvia who defects to the Empire. It kind of sucks because in both of them the Empire's depicted as the bad guys. Kind of sucks for the Empire. But they're my favorite faction. I don't really care. And then, so like Spy Master Sylvia. Yeah, here she is. Spy Master Sylvia defects to the Empire, but then she reverts back. And then, in one of these missions, Scientist Susie defects because she thinks Empire director. I always thought that said dictator for the longest time. But Director Lee has like lost his way and he's going a little bit too crazy. And you know, he goes on this little journey in the third world to like realize that he needs all his guys. And he has this like random Dominion trooper who'll back him up. And then you got High Queen Moria. There's really isn't an arc here. They really are just like the antagonist. You got silly Assistant Albert. Like if this was a TV show, he would be comic relief. And then I think one of these missions here somewhere. And in this one, in the Empire one, obviously the Empire wins. General Grover stays hypnotized. And like Spy Master Sylvia just doesn't defect back to the Dominion. So I'll like play this right here. Wait. Oh wait. No wait, yeah, they undid old buddy. So apparently they undid Grover. I'm gonna just beat it real quick. I'll be back once I beat this. I just want to show you guys like the ending thing. I'll show you guys the ending thing for all of them. But I'll be back. I gotta win first though. Of course, because that makes sense. Alright. So like, this is the end of the Empire 1. Where the Dominion and the Republic basically have to team up to take down the Empire. And in the Empire 1, they fail. And look. Yeah, everyone leaves. Assistant Albert gets a promotion. And then look, at the very end, everyone finds a whole bunch of like a whole bunch more Omega Stones. And you never actually see them. You never see the full stones themselves. You see small glimpses of them, though. Like, the gems, these are actually called... If I could find where they named the currency. Omega Shards. These are actually called Omega Shards. And on the city map, you can actually see the shards growing out of the ground and crap. Right? So they find it at the end of this one. Hold on, I'm gonna just play it on easy mode because I don't really care. Right? In the Dominion one, the very end of the Dominion campaign, you gotta fight the Empire. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah, Empire crushed you, whatever. You get this little 1v1 little thing right here. You gotta fight. Honestly, though, as far as the last mission in the campaign goes, the Empire one is the Dominion one is my least favorite. Just because it's just different. It's so different. Different in the fact that it's a 1v1 and not a 2v2. Because in the Republic campaign, you don't free General Grover until the last mission. And so it's a 2v2. Which, just kind of sad. So, it's different, and I like 2v2s better, obviously, because I like 2v2 multiplayer better. Omega Stones belong to the Dominion. Deeds could have you back. Blah, 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 blah. Took my leave of absence. Look, they found all these Omega Stones. All of them. All of them. Random Dominion Assault Trooper. Random Dominion Assault Trooper. Pretty cool. And yeah, basically it goes the same way for all of them. Right. Alright, so let me go back to... Yeah, look. General. Is that you, General? So basically, he gets mind controlled because the story is that if you look into an Omega Stone, you go freaking crazy. So he looked into one, and then he gets hypnotized. Jesus Christ. And yeah, as you can see, you get the little command bases. Boop, boop, boop. So let me just beat this one real quick. This will be easy. I might even be able to just cheese it completely. Oh wow, I have to kill that guy. I'm very surprised to be here. That was actually a very dumb idea. Sending that guy after that anti-truck truck. Yes, give me a minute here. Oh, they both went for the same one. No, they were supposed to split up and go after separate ones. Whatever. We got this. Third bomb coming in. Yeah, it died before that. So he gets freed. He's back. Safe. Commander Paul did it all on his own for the most part. And look. They find all these Omega Stones. Everyone finds all these Omega Stones. Just scattered about here. And this is like the perfect setup for like a sequel. So I really hope they make a sequel. Anyway, that's it. I know I spent 30 minutes talking about stuff. And there's only like 30 minutes of gameplay. But this could be the very last day. So I hope you guys have fun. If you watched the gameplay, I hope you liked the gameplay. If you made it all the way to the end over all of my ramblings, I hope you enjoyed my ramblings. But yeah, very good game.